Your manifestations are like echoes emanating from you, not something that is granted to you by a separate force that you think you need to prove your worth to. This is a profound concept that beautifully bridges quantum physics, metaphysics, and manifestation. Today we'll be exploring it both factually and spiritually. Quantum physics describes reality as a field of infinite potential energy, often called the quantum field. In this field, everything that can exist already exists in a wave-like potential. Particles appear only when observed or interacted with, a principle called the observer effect. To elaborate more about the observer effect, I want to include some video clips. We've learned from experiments about the observer effect that a particle exists as a wave of probabilities until observed. In manifestation, your focused intention acts like an observation, narrowing infinite possibilities into a single outcome. In quantum entanglement, two particles remain connected across distance. A change in one instantly affects the other. Today we'll be talking about one of the most profound discoveries in physics, and when you look at it through the lens of consciousness, manifestation, and quantum concepts, it becomes even more extraordinary. If you just discovered my YouTube channel, welcome to Divine Magic Art, where creative minds unite and channel their divine magic to create art. My name is Melody. I'm a fashion designer, digital artist, musician, painter, creative writer. Most of you already know that I design all of the fashion that you see me modeling on Divine Magic Art. I designed this digital artwork, and I love using my light projector to put my artwork up on the wall for my videos. I think the universe itself is divine magic, and today we'll be reflecting on some fascinating reasons why the universe is divine magic. Quantum physics tells us that everything in existence arises from an invisible energy field, the quantum field. This field contains all possible realities in a state of potential. Every possible event, outcome, or version of you exists as an energetic possibility until it is observed, focused upon, or chosen. In essence, the quantum field is a sea of infinite possibilities waiting to be shaped by consciousness. This is what Dr. Joe Dispenza and other quantum thinkers describe as the field where energy becomes matter and intention shapes energy. In the double slit experiment, scientists fire tiny particles like electrons or photons of light at a barrier with two slits in it, and they measure what pattern appears on the screen behind the slits. When no one observes which slit the particles go through, they behave like waves, creating an interference pattern, which is a series of light and dark bands, showing that each particle acts like it passed through both slits simultaneously. When observation or measurement is introduced, the results are astounding. When scientists place a detector to see which slit each particle goes through, the wave behavior collapses into particle behavior. The interference pattern disappears, and the particles behave as if they only went through one slit. The act of observation changes the outcome. This phenomenon is called the collapse of the wave function, the moment when a field of potential transforms into a single concrete reality from wave to particle. Now, when we compare these concepts to manifestation, the parallel is striking. The unobserved particles in the double slit experiment represent infinite potentials, the same as all the possible realities you could experience. The act of observation represents your conscious attention, focus, and belief. When you direct your awareness toward a desired outcome with certainty, emotion, and coherence, you collapse the wave of potential into a specific reality, much like the experiment's observation collapses the wave into a particle. Your focus and emotional energy observe a potential reality into existence. This aligns with the law of attraction and the law of resonance. You energetically attract what you are in vibrational alignment with. Your thoughts and emotions act like the observer effect, transforming invisible energy into visible manifestation. In the context of superposition, a quantum particle can exist in multiple states at once until observed, and it's also theorized that there are countless versions of you all existing on timelines that you can align with. The most successful version of you already exists. Your most fulfilling timeline already exists. When you choose to embody gratitude, you shift into the timeline where you align with more experiences to be grateful. Also, I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude for you all who support Divine Magic Art. This YouTube channel is new, and I'm really grateful for all of the support. And if you'd like to stay tuned, be sure to like and subscribe. I'd also love to read your thoughts and ideas about all of this. By now, we understand that the double slit experiment implies that consciousness plays an active role in shaping physical reality. When you observe reality through faith, love, and elevated emotion, you align with higher vibrational frequency. This is why meditation, visualization, and emotional regulation are so essential for manifestation. In meditation, you can observe the quantum possibilities of your most fulfilling timeline. By emotionally embodying that new reality and feeling the gratitude and any associated feeling as if it's already true, you communicate a coherent signal with the quantum field. That coherence magnetizes experiences that match your energy. The double-slit experiment could be seen as the bridge between science and spirituality, the proof that reality is not fixed, but eternally evolving and responding to consciousness. When you master your focus and emotional state, you become the conscious observer shaping your world, no longer reacting to reality, but creating it intentionally from the field of infinite potential. When we're the conscious observer, we're also the creator collaborating with the highest divine intelligence of the universe. Heart math studies show that emotions like love and gratitude create a coherent electromagnetic signal that extends beyond your body. Stress and fear create incoherent signals. When you're manifesting, visualizing a goal with genuine gratitude emits a strong, harmonious signal. Nikola Tesla famously said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything from your thoughts to your emotions to your environment is energy." Tesla believed that human consciousness itself was a form of energetic transmission. Every energetic state of being vibrates at a measurable frequency. Just like tuning into a radio station, you can only hear the station that you match. In manifestation, this means aligning your frequency with the reality you desire. Vibration is the rate at which energy oscillates. Tesla's inventions often worked with resonance, which is the principle that when one object vibrates at a certain frequency, another nearby object naturally begins to vibrate with it. This is similar to how your emotional state can attract experiences and people embodying a similar energetic vibration. Tesla experimented with resonance to shatter bridges or make objects levitate. I'd like to dedicate an entire other video to talk about his theories and experiments, but anyway, to simplify the main keys of this video, quantum science gives you the canvas of infinite possibilities. Your consciousness is the paintbrush. Your electromagnetic field is the color and tone of the painting. Isn't it beautiful that reality is an endlessly evolving sea of possibilities waiting to be sailed by your awareness? The universal law of cause and effect reminds you that each intention, each thought, each action creates a ripple effect that returns magnified to its source. The universal law of correspondence reveals that as within, so without. The universe mirrors back to you the energy you embody. You are an electromagnetic being radiating signals from the core of your heart. The reticular activating system in your brain is your inner lighthouse, scanning the seas of reality, guiding you toward the shores of what you already believe to be possible. Your emotions charge your electromagnetic field like lightning, sending signals to the quantum fabric that the universe cannot help but answer because you are a fractal of the universe calling and answering itself. When you choose love, you are not merely feeling, you are broadcasting an energetic signal. When you align your mind, your heart, and your frequency, you become resonance that manifests abundance. In this resonance, the universe rearranges synchronicities like constellations. Opportunities emerge where there had been emptiness. Timelines shift, and infinite potentials collapse into the one you courageously believe in. What I'm describing is cosmic artistry. You are the painter, the brush, and the canvas. Quantum potential is your palette, and the laws of the universe are like the unseen eye that guides every stride. So embody your truth by breathing intention into your vision. Trust that every ripple you release is received instantly in the quantum sea of possibility. All that you desire already exists, waiting for your recognition. If you made it to this part of the video still questioning your power, remember that your existence is literally a manifestation of the universe's creativity. You are a miracle. And if you want 10 reasons that scientifically prove that you're a miracle, be sure to watch this video and subscribe. So now we understand that reality responds to consciousness. Reality is not granting you something external, it's reflecting your internal state back to you. So manifestation isn't about convincing a separate force to give you something. It's about tuning your energetic field so you align with experiences that resonate with your energy. Now let's address the science of resonance. Think of yourself as a vibrational transmitter. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs emit frequencies into the quantum field. Just like sound waves, these frequencies bounce back as energetic echoes. The outer reality you perceive is simply the resonant feedback of what you're broadcasting internally. If you broadcast gratitude, trust, and abundance, the echo returns as experiences that confirm those beliefs. The universe doesn't deal punishment or reward, it operates through resonance, and remember, you are the universe experiencing itself. Consciousness is always in collaboration with the universe, not requesting manifestations from an illusion of separation. Around 93% of the human body is composed of elements formed in stars, and we are all fractals of the universe experiencing itself as unique expressions of consciousness. I describe this in detail in my video of the 10 scientific facts that prove you're a miracle, and I will include that at the end of this video so you can watch the full video next. When you manifest, you're not summoning something new into existence, you're aligning with a version of reality or timeline that already exists within the quantum field. Your desires are signals of potential realities seeking expression through you. Your inspiration is guidance from the universe communicating with itself through you and inviting you to become the version of yourself that already lives in that experience. Also, worthiness is not earned, it's inherent in your existence. You're worthy of creating your best life because you're alive. When you believe that you must prove yourself worthy to receive, you lower your energetic state into the illusion that you are cut off from source. But the truth is, the quantum field doesn't measure worthiness. It responds to energy, vibration, and frequency. You don't manifest because you've earned it through force or proved that you're worthy of life. You manifest because you've become the energy aligned with your greatest potential timeline. A tuning fork doesn't beg to feel worthy of the right note. It simply vibrates and the environment harmonizes. You are like the tuning fork of your own reality. On a larger scale, when many individuals raise their frequency, moving from fear to love, from lack to presence, the collective field shifts. This is why movements of consciousness can alter global patterns of peace, creativity, and coherence, which is known as the Maharishi effect. I also created an entire video about the Maharishi effect because I think that it's really fascinating. The Maharishi effect demonstrates the world responding to unified energetic shifts in the collective consciousness. So your personal frequency doesn't just shape your reality, it adds a note to the cosmic symphony of creation. Every internal wound healed, every moment of gratitude, every act of courage sends an echo that reverberates through the quantum field. In essence, manifestation is not a transaction with the universe, it's a resonance demonstrating the universe's communication with itself. The first thing that I said in this video is that your manifestations are like echoes emanating from you, not something that is granted to you by a separate force that you think you need to prove your worth to. You were not born to prove your worth to some external source. You're destined to remember that your existence is miraculous evidence of the universe's creative expression. That's why you're here watching this right now. You're destined to remember. Your existence is miraculous evidence of the universe's creative expression. You are the portal through which the universe evolves into a greater understanding of itself. In quantum mechanics, a particle exists as a wave of probabilities, a superposition of all possible states until it's observed or measured. Famous experiments like the double-slit experiment show that electrons behave like waves when unobserved, but collapse into particles when measured. The implication for manifestation is that your observation, awareness, influences how possibilities collapse into your personal reality. This mirrors the metaphysical teaching that your focus, attention, and belief patterns act as a measurement on the quantum field, shaping which potential becomes real for you. The wave function is a mathematical description of all possible states a particle could occupy. Superposition means multiple states exist simultaneously until one is chosen, so the life you experience is one collapsed and manifested version out of countless superposed potentials already present in the quantum field. When your energy, thought, emotion, and belief aligns with a certain potential, that's the version that materializes in your perception. Quantum entanglement states that two particles can become entangled so that their states remain correlated even across vast distances. Changing one particle's state immediately affects the others regardless of space-time separation. Your consciousness and the external reality aren't truly separate, they're entangled aspects of one unified field. This supports the idea that what you embody inwardly influences what you encounter outwardly. In quantum systems, when particles enter a coherent state, they act as a unified whole. Lasers, superconductivity, and Bose-Einstein condensates are examples of coherence producing extraordinary effects. The implication for manifestation is that when your brain, heart, and nervous system are coherent with aligned emotions, thoughts, and intentions, you broadcast a much clearer signal into the field, like a laser beam compared to a flashlight. This explains why practices like meditation, visualization, and gratitude amplify manifestation power. because they shift your internal state into coherence. The HeartMath Institute and other labs have measured that the heart generates the largest electromagnetic field in the body, which is detectable several feet away from you. Heart-brain coherence produces a stable, ordered signal that influences the nervous system and possibly the environment. Your emotional state isn't just chemical, it's electromagnetic. It broadcasts information into the field, interacting with other systems. Even empty space isn't truly empty, it's filled with fluctuations of energy at the quantum level. Some physicists, such as Harold Puthoff, Ervin Laszlo, and others, theorize that this field might actually function as an information matrix for all reality. The quantum field of infinite potential described in spiritual teachings could correspond to this zero-point field, an underlying sea of energy and information from which all physical reality emerges. On a different note, Hugh Everett proposed the many worlds interpretation, which suggests that all possible outcomes of a quantum event do happen, but in separate parallel branches of reality. In this concept, your choices and internal state might tune you to a particular timeline or reality version that already exists. This resonates with the metaphysical idea of quantum jumping, or shifting into the version of reality that matches your frequency. Although not fully mainstream, some peer-reviewed work, such as Dean Radin's experiments on intention influencing random number generators, suggests that collective consciousness can measurably affect physical systems. Psychoenergetics and consciousness studies are experimental support for the idea that consciousness is not a passive observer, but an active participant in shaping reality. All of these principles support the metaphysical view that reality is not fixed, but probabilistic. Consciousness interacts with and influences the field of possibilities. Coherence, alignment of thought, feeling, and belief increases the strength of your signal. Manifestations are not handed down by a separate deity, but are energetic echoes of your own state of being manifested into form. You are not requesting, you are resonating, and the quantum field simply reflects your energetic frequency back to you like an echo. If you don't believe me, which is understandable because I'm an artist, not a quantum scientist, you can analyze the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza. His research and teachings bridge neuroscience, quantum physics, and human potential. Dr. Joe Dispenza's work focuses on how thoughts, emotions, and consciousness can rewire the brain, recondition the body, and literally alter measurable aspects of biology and external reality. So I'd like to talk about some of his most groundbreaking discoveries about the body's innate power to heal and manifest reality, combining scientific evidence with metaphysical understanding. Dr. Joe Dispenza proposes that the brain is not just a processor of information, but also a transmitter and receiver of electromagnetic signals interacting with the quantum field. Every thought produces an electrical signal in the brain. Every emotion produces a magnetic field in the heart and body. Together, these create an electromagnetic signature that radiates beyond the body. This can be measured with EEG and HRV instruments. When you have intentionally focused thought and feel elevated emotions like gratitude, love, or joy, your brain and heart become coherent, the rhythms synchronize, producing a stronger electromagnetic field, and this state of coherence sends a clear, organized signal to the quantum field, which begins to attract resonant experiences into your life, just like a radio tuning to a specific frequency. One of his popular quotes is, "The quantum field responds not to what we want, but to who we are being." One of Joe Dispenza's central scientific findings is that you can literally rewire your brain and change your biology by thought alone. Evidence shows that through neuroplasticity, neurons that fire together wire together, meaning that your habitual thoughts and emotions sculpt neural circuits. Functional MRI scans of his workshop participants showed increased coherence and synchronization in brain regions associated with self-awareness, compassion, and creativity. People who repeatedly visualize or meditate on new outcomes activate the same brain areas as if those experiences were actually happening. By repeatedly mentally rehearsing a new reality and feeling it as though it's already real, you create the same neurochemical changes that would occur if it had already happened. Eventually, your brain no longer knows the difference between an external experience and an internal visualization. When you realize your power, you can signal new genes from the inside. Dr. Dispenza's workshops have documented spontaneous epigenetic healing, showing the body's ability to regenerate. Evidence has shown people reversing chronic conditions, autoimmune diseases, tumors, and even neurological disorders. Epigenetics shows that genes are not fixed, they're turned on or turned off by signals from the environment, and your internal environment created by thoughts and emotions. Studies show that meditation and elevated emotional states can lower inflammatory markers, boost beneficial immune gene expression, increase IgA antibodies, the body's first line of immune defense. By entering deep meditation and heart coherence, the body enters homeostasis and regenerative mode, triggering the parasympathetic nervous system and healing cellular communication. The energy of consciousness itself begins reorganizing matter because energy is the precursor to form. Dispenza's studies with the HeartMath Institute show that the heart's electromagnetic field can synchronize with the brain's activity, creating coherence, and this is a measurable state of harmony in the body's electromagnetic rhythms. Heart-brain coherence increases alpha and gamma brainwave patterns. Gamma brainwave patterns above 40 Hz are linked with mystical experiences, unity consciousness, and expanded awareness. Participants often report sensations of oneness, timelessness, or unconditional love, which correspond to measurable bursts of gamma activity. This state of deep coherence is when the body becomes the subconscious mind's servant, and energy flows freely through the nervous system. From this state, manifestation becomes effortless because your inner signal is pure, unconflicted, and in resonance with higher order intelligence. Incoherence is like having your foot on the gas pedal and the brakes at the same time. But coherence is like driving in accordance with driving conditions toward your manifestations. And I think we all sometimes get into moods of feeling like our manifestations aren't happening fast enough, but most of the time it's because we metaphorically have our foot on the brakes and gas pedal at the same time. And we just need to recalibrate back into alignment and release the energetic blockages that have been like the brakes causing resistance. Dr. Joe Dispenza describes the quantum field as a unified, intelligent energy that contains all possible realities in potentiality. Your personal electromagnetic field interacts with this universal field through coherence and emotion. As we addressed earlier, the observer effect shows that attention collapses waveforms into particles, and quantum entanglement suggests that everything in the universe is interconnected beyond time and space. When you feel your future as if it's already happened, you broadcast that new frequency into the field. The universe, acting like a mirror of consciousness, reflects that energy back as physical experience. You don't force matter to change matter, you elevate your energy and matter reorganizes accordingly. When you change your energy, you change your life. Dr. Joe Dispenza's live events demonstrate measurable field effects where hundreds or thousands of people meditating in heart-brain coherence can produce global electromagnetic fluctuations detectable by satellite magnometers, such as those used in Global Consciousness Project. Data observed sudden spikes in global magnetic resonance, Schumann resonances, during mass meditations, synchronization of participants' brainwaves, and heart rhythms across distances, and collective healing. There are also countless reports of emotional release and synchronicities following group meditations. Just as one coherent photon can influence millions of incoherent ones, as seen in laser physics, one human in a high coherent energetic state can influence the collective field. This supports the idea that personal elevation contributes to global coherence, echoing the Maharishi effect and the notion of healing the world by healing yourself. Brainwaves are rhythmic patterns of neural activity measured in hertz, cycles per second. Each range corresponds to a different state of consciousness, and I will include a visual here. Gamma waves are the fastest and most complex oscillations that the brain can produce. They're associated with peak awareness, heightened intuition, integrated perception, expanded love and bliss, and transcendental experiences. In essence, gamma is the signature frequency of an awakened brain. Gamma oscillations bind distant regions of the brain together, creating a unified perception and higher order cognition. In Dr. Joe Dispenza's research, EEG scans of advanced meditators show bursts of global gamma synchrony, meaning that the whole brain was operating as one coherent network. This synchronization is often accompanied by a profound sense of unity and ecstasy. Participants describe it as becoming pure awareness or merging with the field. Gamma waves represent high-frequency electrical energy, indicating intense coordination and communication among billions of neurons. Participants often describe a surge of energy through the body, sometimes interpreted as Kundalini activation. Physiologically, this reflects heightened arousal of the nervous system balanced by deep inner stillness, a paradoxical but powerful state where immense energy meets inner order. During gamma bursts, the heart and brain's electromagnetic rhythms align, creating measurable heart-brain coherence. As we know from earlier, this coherence amplifies the body's electromagnetic field, which is measurable several feet beyond the body. From a manifestation perspective, this is when your energetic signature communicating with the quantum field becomes strongest and most ordered. In Dr. Joe Dispenza's framework, supported by quantum principles, gamma brainwaves represent the bridge between the human biofield and the quantum field of infinite potential. A coherent wave, like a laser, carries exponentially more energy than disordered waves. When your brain and heart enter coherence through gamma synchronization, your personal electromagnetic field becomes laser-like, focused, stable, and powerful. This signal interacts with the quantum field, organizing energy into matter in alignment with your intention. Dr. Joe Dispenza said, in a gamma state, your body becomes like a tuned instrument resonating with the frequency of creation itself. Gamma states dissolve the illusion of separation. When the observer and the observed become one, you, your intention, and the universe merge into a field of co-creative awareness. In this state, you are no longer asking the universe for something. You are embodying the energy of what you intend to manifest, and thus it must materialize, because there's no vibrational gap left to fill. This aligns perfectly with the quantum mechanics concept of the observer effect, that conscious observation collapses probability waves into physical reality. When you observe from oneness, your observation is coherent and therefore creative. Also, gamma activation stimulates the pineal gland, commonly called the third eye, which is rich in piezoelectric crystals, which are calcite microcrystals in the brain capable of converting mechanical energy into electromagnetic energy. Biologically, the pineal gland is a tiny endocrine organ near the center of the brain, and the confirmed scientific functions include melatonin production. It synthesizes melatonin from serotonin in response to darkness, helping regulate sleep cycles and circadian rhythm. Light sensitivity. It receives information about light through pathways from the eyes and adjusts hormonal timing accordingly. Hormonal timing. Melatonin influences reproductive and metabolic rhythms. These are measurable, laboratory verified effects. Okay, my phone battery died, but I'm back now. The reason why it's called the third eye is because of its central position and photoreceptor-like cells resembling retinal tissue, and ancient traditions associated it with inner vision or a higher perception. Modern spiritual frameworks extend that symbolism, treating it as an interface between the physical body and higher awareness. In the metaphysical interpretation, including Dr. Joe Dispenza's framework, the pineal gland is seen as an electromagnetic transducer capable of converting electrical or mechanical energy in the brain spinal system into electromagnetic signals. Deep meditation, rhythmic breathing, and cerebrospinal fluid pressure waves may stimulate it, producing sensations of inner light or bliss. In EEG studies, advanced meditators who report unity or transcendental experiences often show surges of high-frequency gamma activity, and Dispenza suggests that this corresponds with pineal activation. Gamma bursts tend to coincide with moments of strong internal coherence and focused awareness. Within the manifestation model, a highly coherent pineal gland acts like an antenna that receives and transmits frequencies to the quantum field. When thought, information, and emotion, energy, are coherent, this antenna broadcasts a clear signal aligning the body's vibration with the desired outcome. Supported by research, we know that meditation can change brainwave patterns and hormone levels, including melatonin, and emotional regulation. Breathing and posture also influence cerebrospinal fluid flow and autonomic balance. Coherent emotional states measurably affect heart and brain rhythms. It's so important to take care of your pineal gland on these levels. The biological level. Keep the pineal gland healthy through good sleep hygiene, darkness at night, limited blue light exposure, and a balanced circadian rhythm, all of which improve mental clarity. The energetic level. Use meditation, breathwork, and gratitude to enter states of coherence. This optimizes brain-heart communication and can activate the pineal gland. And the manifestation level. In these coherent present moment states, your perception widens, creativity, intuition, and problem solving improve, effectively allowing you to manifest your best life with greater clarity and intention. The pineal gland is like a biological portal that can modulate your state of consciousness. By harmonizing physiology, like melatonin cycles, gamma coherence, calm nervous system, and psychology, like clear intention and elevated emotion, you enter the level of consciousness where manifestation becomes deliberate co-creation that continues to amaze you. During meditation, cerebrospinal fluid pressure increases along the spine, stimulating the pineal gland. This generates electromagnetic energy bursts measured as gamma activity. The pineal gland then acts as a transducer, tuning the brain to higher frequencies, allowing access to non-local information, such as heightened intuition, precognition, and creative insight. In this state, you're not just manifesting from mere intellect, you're manifesting from direct resonance with the quantum field of potentially infinite intelligence. Dr. Joe Dispenza often says that manifestation requires two ingredients, a clear intention and an elevated emotion. Gamma waves represent the fusion of these two forces, brain and heart in harmony. The clear intention provides the information, the elevated emotion provides the energy for navigation and communication with the quantum field. When they unify, the body becomes a living electromagnetic signature of that reality, broadcasting it into the field until it collapses into form. In Dr. Joe Dispenza's advanced workshops, documented in EEG, HRV, and biochemical studies, participants experience 10 to 1,000 times increases in gamma amplitude compared to baseline meditation levels. Many report instantaneous healings, emotional breakthroughs, or powerful synchronicities afterward. Some exhibit measurable changes in biomarkers within days, such as elevated IgA antibodies. IgA is immunoglobulin A, decreased cortisol and inflammatory cytokines, increased melatonin and DHEA. These physiological changes confirm that energy precedes biology. Consciousness recalibrates the body and external reality. And if you want a simplified guide for manifestation according to Dispenza's model, number 1, enter a deep meditation so your brain slows into alpha or theta and the body relaxes. 2, activate elevated emotions such as love, gratitude, joy, etc. as you hold your focus on a clear mental image of your desired reality being already manifested. Number 3, coherence strengthens, heart and brain synchronize, and gamma bursts occur. Number 4, through quantum resonance, your energetic frequency aligns with the potential reality. And then 5, finally, the miraculous collapse of the wave function. The visualized reality manifests into physical form because you've already embraced it energetically. You don't chase the manifestation, you become the embodiment of the energy you wish to attract. Your elevated gamma frequency broadcasts a signal so coherent that the universe reorganizes itself to reflect your elevation. In essence, gamma is a signature of creation itself, and so is your existence entirely. Gamma is a miraculous expression of your ability to experience unity, love, and manifestations that you embrace energetically before physically. This level of consciousness is when your biology transcends conditioning and aligns with divine source intelligence. When you sustain this frequency, manifestation becomes less about effort and more about resonance. You're no longer the past personality trying to make outcomes happen through force. Now you're remembering that you are consciousness in full bloom, watching reality echo your elevation. And remember, our manifestations are like echoes emanating from us. And if you're still here, I'm manifesting that you will create a life that is completely aligned with your greatest potential and greatest fulfillment. And if you resonate with my energy and the concepts that we discuss on Divine Magic Art, be sure to like and subscribe. All of my artwork is available on divinemagicart.com. And until we meet again, remember that your life is full of divine magic.